A plastic cup that holds water, just like the one already sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Except this one costs $45, sometimes $60. Sometimes people pay $200 on resale sites just to get the right color. And people aren't buying one, they're buying 5, 10. Some people own more Stanleys than pairs of shoes. This isn't hydration. This is one of the most brilliant psychological heists in modern retail history. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at your harmless $45 cup the same way again. The business context. Let's do the boring part fast, because the real story isn't the business. It's what's happening in your brain. Stanley existed for over 100 years as a rugged, boring, outdoorsy brand your dad used for camping. Then a marketing team made a single genius move. They gave free tumblers to a handful of lifestyle influencers and let the internet do the rest. In just 4 short years, 2019 to 2023, revenue skyrocketed from $73 million to over $750 million. Not because the cup got better. The cup barely changed at all. So here's the real question this video is actually about. Forget the company. Why does a rational human brain happily pay 4 times more for the exact same object? The answer isn't in the product. It's in your prefrontal cortex. Let's go inside. The psychological trap. Picture this. You're scrolling. It's 11 p.m. You see a girl on her feed casually holding a new limited edition tumbler. Not just any tumbler, a coquette pink bow-topped print from a designer collab. This is where the psychology gets sophisticated. Brands stopped selling one product years ago. They started selling drops, vintage-inspired floral collabs with fashion labels, pastel Barbie pink editions, laser-engraved superhero collabs for the fans, even miniature ornament versions built purely to be collected, not used. And when the drop involves a coffee chain and a big box retailer together, it stops being retail. It becomes an event. Shoppers have literally camped outside stores overnight, formed lines before sunrise, and watched entire national stocks sell out within days, with resale prices online climbing past $200 for a cup that cost $45. That's not an accident. That's a deliberate scarcity engine. Let's break down exactly how it hijacks you. First, the dopamine loop. Your brain doesn't release dopamine when you get the reward. It releases dopamine in the anticipation of it. That's why refreshing a restock page at midnight feels more thrilling than the 9th identical cup sitting unused in your cupboard. Second, social proof rebuilt as a fashion system. This is the part most people miss. The tumbler stopped being a bottle and became an accessory. Matched to outfits daily, dressed up with silicone straw toppers, personalized nameplates, protective boots, and charm straps sold separately. There's an entire microeconomy of add-ons that exist purely so the object can keep expressing identity. Owning it stops being about hydration. It becomes a walking signal that says, I'm current, I'm in the loop, I belong. Third, the illusion of a smart purchase. Because it's technically a reusable bottle, your brain files it under responsible spending, not impulse spending. That mental trick is called motivated reasoning. Your brain reverse engineers a logical excuse to justify a decision it already made emotionally. And here's the cruelest part of the design. The emotional brain decides in under a second. The logical brain, the one that would say, I already own 4 of these, takes almost 20 times longer to catch up. By the time logic shows up to the meeting, your card's already been charged. The personal finance damage. Let's make this uncomfortable. In a good way. Because psychology is interesting, but math is what actually hits your bank account. One tumbler at $45 doesn't ruin anyone. That's not the trap. The trap is the burnout tax. Every new collab, every accessory, every just this one more color adds up. Multiply 9 cup purchases a year, plus a few accessories, and you're easily past $400 a year on cups. Now here's the part nobody shows you. That same $400 invested every year for 20 years at a modest 8% average return doesn't stay $400. It becomes nearly $20,000 from cups. That's not a cup problem. That's a car, a semester of tuition, a wedding fund. This is what economists call opportunity cost. The real price of anything isn't the number on the receipt. It's everything else that money could have become, silently erased the moment you tap your card. The tragedy isn't that you bought a tumbler. It's that you never even got to choose what that money could have built instead. Subscribe for more videos like this.
6. The inversion and outrow. So let's invert this. Not never buy nice things. That's not the point of this channel. The point is to buy on your terms, not your dopamine's terms. Rule 1. The 24-hour tribal test. Before any drop or trend purchase, ask, would I still want this if nobody ever saw me with it? If the honest answer is no, that's not a purchase, that's a costume. Rule 2. Cap your collection, not your joy. Allow yourself one. Genuinely enjoy it. The rule isn't deprivation, it's a ceiling. Because the 9th cup gives you 0% more happiness than the first. Rule 3. Redirect the drop. Every time you resist an impulse buy, physically move that exact amount into savings or investments the same day. Let your brain feel a win for not buying, not just for buying. They didn't sell you a cup, they sold you belonging, urgency, and a socially acceptable excuse to spend. The cup was just the packaging. The real luxury isn't owning every color, it's being the one person in the room who wanted it and calmly chose not to,